Calling all Glee fans yet again for some exciting news and nostalgia. Ryan Murphy, co-creator of one of our favorite shows ever, teased that it's time for the big old show to be revived, but it's probably not what you have in mind. In today's video, we'll get into what Murphy said about bringing the show back and take a walk down memory lane to revisit what made the original show so special. To start with, what do we know about the reboot news so far? Ryan Murphy once again dropped a golden nugget as he appeared on Kevin McHale and Ushkowitz podcast, and that's what you really missed. It looks as if the writer-producer is looking for an upbeat project after putting out some dark psychological thrillers like Dahmer, Monster, and The Watcher. In Murphy's words, "I'm at the phase now with that show, where it's like, well, there's been enough time." He said that they should re-examine Glee as a brand and could do a reboot. What's interesting is that the producer doesn't seem like doing a show though. The multi-Emmy award winner proposed the idea that they could do a Broadway musical of it. Okay, so this is not what we originally had in mind, let's be real. Visiting the halls of fictional William McKinley High School, the choir room, and Brad ever ready to bust into tune had its own charm on television. It's been over 7 years since we saw the show's season finale, and we definitely miss it and want more. While that may be our preference, Murphy, of course, is a genius creator. If he has a Broadway show in mind, we only expect greatness from it. With its many flaws, Glee comforted us as no other show has, and we hope the reboot actually happens. Hoping for the original cast to make an appearance might push it too far, but a Glee can hope, don't you think? Let's learn more about how Glee remained relevant throughout the years. If you're a non-Glee watcher, let us summarize the premise. They centered the show on a high school choir show called the Glee Club in a functional school in Lima, Ohio. The comedy drama ran on Fox from 2009 to 2015, a total of 6 seasons. The Glee Club members were social outcasts within the school hierarchy. The choir group tries to stay afloat with many adversaries trying to take it down. As the Glee Club sings, dances, and competes, it brings many problems that the students face on a personal level to light while keeping humor intact. If this little brief didn't convince you, we implore you to watch the Lea Michele and Kate Hudson face-off. Thank us later. It's been many years since the show has been off-screen, yet it remains in the news for one reason or the other. Most of the main cast made it big, with the protagonist Lea Michele becoming a Broadway starlet too. Many song covers have stood the test of time, and the drama and tragedy around the show keep it from dimming away. Yes, we're referring to the latest Lea Michele can't read joke. It would be safe to say that Glee won't be dying a digital death soon. Despite our love for the show, there were many things that the creators could have done in a better way. This brings us to our next topic. Coming up, here's why we think the reboot should differ from the original. Glee was amazing, no doubt, but despite its greatness and brilliant comedy, certain things simply cannot fly in today's age. It's undoubtedly brought to light a plethora of many issues, like writer Rin's dyslexia, Becky's Down syndrome, Unique's trans identity, and Quinn's teen pregnancy. That said, in hindsight, there are many instances where the actual issue wasn't handled in the best way. The biggest issue that smacks you right in the face just as the show starts is Sue Sylvester and her bullying. The coach was center stage to a ton of things that went wrong in the club, and while an antagonist is, of course, a necessity, Sue's bullying antics would not fare well on television today. We, of course, grew to love her tough love approach, but straight up bullying her cheerleaders? Girl, no. Not only that, she consistently misgenders Wade Unique Adams and makes transphobic comments. Unique was the show's attempt at trans inclusion, but it handled the entire narrative rather poorly. Oh, and let's not forget when they used a slur when the Glee Club staged the Rocky Horror Picture Show. As an audience, we appreciate the social commentary, but the attempt seems half-baked in retrospect. A few things to mention are Finn using the R word, Ryder's confession about being a victim of sexual assault, and of course, the mistreatment of Unique. As avid Glee fans, we hope to expect more of the magic and the right way of portraying social commentary with no loose ends. Moving on, let's look at what made Glee one of the greatest shows. Right off the bat, one of the primary reasons for the show to be so special is the inclusivity and equality it portrays. We distinctly remember watching the trailer on television and instantly being hooked by the show choir choreography. Yes, we're referring to the Rehab cover by Vocal Adrenaline in the pilot of Season 1. A little confession, we tried the choreography and failed miserably, but oh well. The lead, comprising the outcasts of William McKinley High School, and watching them go through similar struggles comforted us a lot. Adding the biting humor and witty insults, the show hooks you instantly. Co-creator Ryan Murphy also expanded the narrative of a high school musical beyond the stage and dove into the characters' lives to showcase what made art, singing in this case, so important. The show covered over 700 songs, leaving no genre untouched, and featured some original music too. Off topic, but which Lea Michele Glee cover is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. The celebrity guest appearances and the inner angst and turmoil of teens trying their best resonated deeply with us. Factoring in the comic relief, it was the jackpot. Next up, here's why you shouldn't stop believing. Don't Stop Believin' is one of the hundreds of songs that the show covered but perhaps had the most influence. A song that had been revived several times even within the show left a significant impact on the watchers and became even more significant after Corey Monteith passed away. In a way, it acted as a glue, gelling the Glee Club members together even after they had graduated high school. The song signified hope in times of despair, which repeatedly was expressed in the show. Kudos to whoever selected it. While the show was musical, it also focused heavily on each character's individual abilities. Heather Morris and Harry Shum Jr. were the designated dancers for the club. Monteith put his leadership skills to the forefront, and Michelle brought her outstanding vocals to the mix. Apart from their talents, the show also explored the unique struggles that each of the characters faced. Some of the most relatable storylines were Rachel Berry not being liked by others despite being the good girl, Kate Hummel's struggles of being gay in a heteronormative environment, and Finn Hudson being the popular dumb quarterback jock who actually gave an F. Despite the drawbacks, the show brought conversations to the table which were barely highlighted before. The takeaway that all works out in the end and how one can work around their struggles made for the perfect reprieve after a hectic school day. Finally, what was the original Glee ending and would the reboot succeed today? Glee ended with Rachel Berry winning a Tony and making it big on Broadway. By the end of the 6th season, each character had their own successful journey carved out. While some stayed in Lima, others moved to Kentucky, New York, and Los Angeles. In the last episode, the remaining cast sang I Lived, quite befitting given each character's journey on and off screen. However, in 2013, Ryan Murphy revealed that he originally wanted to end the show differently. They set the alternate ending in a perfect world where Finn Hudson was still alive. Finn would have started his own Glee club, and Rachel would return to Lima to him. Ugh. Brad Murphy got us sentimental with this info. Finn would have asked Rachel what she was doing there, and Barry would have replied, I'm home. Right now, there's perhaps no other show that took such a cliched concept and turns it into so heartfelt and relatable in every way. Today, social commentary would certainly not fly. The complex issues that the original Glee aimed to tackle were done rather poorly, and if the reboot learned from its mistakes and remedies them, we don't see why Murphy won't have another hit on his hands. A few things that we would like the show to keep the same is the humor. We can't go into paragraphs and paragraphs of biting insults like Coach Sylvester and Santana, but we would appreciate it if creators keep the sass level the same, if not more. That's a wrap for this video. Do you want a reboot of Glee or should it be left alone? Also, what would your expectations be from a revival? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.